breaking down this week's top 2 runners and how we found them inside our VIP group. This will change the way that you're vetting cryptocurrencies and hopefully will make a deep enough connection in this video so we change your outlook on cryptocurrency altogether. The 2 projects we're mentioning are ZBCN, a payment crypto, and Cookie. Cookie was a much easier breakout find. ZBCN, we had to go off the beaten path and start to research into how tariffs would affect the economy and business people. Let's say that you're a drop shipper. Tariffs take place. You're going to be looking for ways to supersede paying that utilizing cross-payment systems. And ZBEC was high volume, good strategic partners. It was the go-to project. The catalyst that caused it to absolutely rocket. And this would have gave us the double big brain award had we recognized once Trump said, oh, 50% tariffs are going to the EU, and we were able to jump back to our tariff-orientated pick, ZBIC, that was released on March 1st. That would have been a super duper slam dunk, and I think there's some group members that put that together inside Discord. Cookie, this was way easier of a solve. What caused the entire AI section to rip higher, and this is where I'm hoping to get in touch with your understanding of crypto. We all know that it was the rate cuts that happened this fall that caused this massive upside. Just recently here in the FOMC meeting, the Fed slowed down quantitative tightening. They're still tightening, but not as much. And it was April 9th, the FOMC minutes got released, making that official, causing crypto to start to rip up with the help of something called the durable goods print. This is something that doesn't have as much of a direct effect on crypto price like your PCE or a big jobs report or an FOMC meeting for that matter, but it does have a broader effect, particularly this print. It was a massive beat, 5 times more automated AI robotics were coming out of the United States. And that's super bullish for the software, for the crypto that's working in the automated system. You saw Spectral, DEAI, of course, virtuals ripping to the upside. And once they started to beef up, it's Cookie that's starting to catch the bid. Previously, Cookie peaked in January. And right now, to me, this is a topping signal of the rally. And I know everybody's saying this is the start of alt season. Unfortunately, we've got some more work to do because just recently, the Fed has completely changed their policy. They're making it way more restrictive. The big, beautiful bill, that's going to create a round of quantitative tightening. And if all of this seems like a foreign language, if you're not up on banking lingo, check out our previous upload, CASPA, Is This Bear Market Delayed, where we explain the whole dynamics of how these bull run cycles work. This may very well be the best tip that you get on the internet right now. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but the altcoin market is ready for some strong selling pressure. Since the Fed announced this tightening policy regarding inflation, look at what's been happening to altcoins. They're just going laterally. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, which is considered a risk-off asset compared to altcoins, have been ramping up. Right now, Bitcoin is experiencing the golden cross downside, projected to retrace to 100K, perhaps even 95K. When that happens, PCE data is coming out. That's exactly what the Fed's planning on tightening. And another FOMC minutes. The FOMC minutes changed the entire direction of the market on April 9th. The Fed just started talking everything down, and they're going to use the minutes as a tool to spook institutional level investors out. In fact, in my opinion, this recent rally was the institutional investors dumping excess altcoins onto retail, and they're going to pull the trigger next week, creating selling pressure to the next FOMC meeting where they'll do a quarterly adjustment that's going to reduce the amount of rates for this year. Notice how it says cash out here. This is big picture using the exact same toolkit we used to find ZBIX and Cookie. On April 2nd, the US will implement tariffs. Look at where we are in the total 3. We're way up there. This is way before it started getting dark and scary. We're planning on holding our cash from the December 20th sale of all these altcoins and wait for the bottom to come in. That plan to dump the altcoins, this came out on December 20th. Way up at the top. That was here. Unloaded half our portfolio, including up to 50% of our CASPA. Waiting for this downside. That was how confident we were, because every week we're reading every data drop. We know what the Fed's thinking at their FOMC meeting. We've basically been taking a college course in economics and its effect on cryptocurrency. We are able to highlight, I sold 25% of my CASPA and all of my altcoins because we're waiting on tariffs. And that was back in December. Reduced rate cuts, declining investor morale, and the Bank of Japan policy shift. And we're going to wait for this downside to happen at the January FOMC meeting, where we'll then reevaluate. And we're projecting CASPA would be at 8 cents then. The January 28th meeting, 48 hours later, that was fireworks. There's a link in the description for a free app that contains every FOMC calendar date. Wednesday at 11:30, FOMC minutes. Friday at 5:30 a.m. It's the PCE data, and that app will update the numbers in real time. The crypto charts will be directly affected depending on how that data comes out. Over 10 years of studying the market, it's this economic research and its application to crypto that provides the best insight. This is how we found ZBEX. This is how we were able to put Cookie together. This is how we are able to get out of the way of this massive downside, which, by the way, completely changed the results for this bull run for myself and many other people. And with this recent downside ahead, it's another opportunity to apply economics to crypto. All the tools you've ever used, whether it's the Bitcoin dominance chart, whale wallets, technical analysis, economics brings this a whole nother layer deep. As you can see on the total 3, these falling wedges always break out on FOMC economic calendar dates. April 9th, this falling wedge rips up. Here, it was rate cuts. This falling wedge breaks to the upside. The rabbit hole goes that deep. There's a link for this app so you can start studying at home, because once you realize how effective this stuff is, you're going to want to take the fast track to getting as good as it as fast as you possibly can. And we built a system to help you get there. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.